This is your lab preview video for Lab 11, Animal Diversity in Food Chains. The goal of this lab is just to give you a general understanding of the different types of animals and how they're identified and how they are categorized. You're not going to become an expert on these, but the goal is that you learn more about the animals that are going to be in your biome. So this is going to help you write that paper on the characteristics of the animals and things that make them unique and things that make them aspects of their physiology or anatomy that allow them to survive in the biome that they're in. So this just goes through how animals are classified, and you've probably had that in high school. What you're going to need to do is learn about each of the phyla. There's most of these pages here, you'll see as you go down, 8 of the major phylum are talked about, and there's also a link right here, and that link is also on your Blackboard site that will take you to give you more information. If you still need more information, you can use your book, or you can go to another source online to answer the questions. So all these next 8 pages is giving you features and examples and descriptions of the 8 major phyla. All right, so I'm just going to scroll through those. Know that there are many more phylum. These are just the major ones that most animals fit into. And you probably know some of them by their common names if you've spent some time, especially in the ocean. Okay, so then what you'll see here is you'll see this whole piece of paper, this page right here. What you're going to do is print this off, and you're going to cut these out. Okay, so you're going to cut them out, and then once you have them all cut out, you look at your characteristics of each of the phylum, go through the website, do whatever you need to do to categorize each of these. So on the next page, which you can't see all of it, which I didn't think about when I started the video, but here, this is Porifera over here, you just can't see it. Nardia, Annelida, tells you how many cards for each phylum. So Arthropoda, which you can't see the whole thing, is 7 cards, and so on. So you're going to take these cards, and if they describe one of the 8 phylum, you're going to glue or tape them. So they help you. It helps you in the sense that it tells you there should be 5 cards here. So my recommendation is do not start gluing or taping until you know you have the cards where they should be. And again, I apologize. You can see the names here, but you can't see how many cards. But obviously on the lab you can. So you'll cut out the cards, use the descriptions, use the website, use whatever you need to do, and then place each of these cards in the appropriate phylum. Okay. Now, what you're going to do then is you're going to take a picture of this sheet. Okay, you're going to take a picture of this sheet, and you're going to submit it separately from the rest of the lab. The reason why is if you try to insert this into this document, it'll get screwed up because it's landscape mode while the rest are in portrait mode. So you'll take a picture of this completed chart, and then you'll see when you go to the Blackboard site under this labs folder, there is a separate place to submit just the picture of this chart completed. Make sure the picture is big enough that I can read it. If you make it itty bitty, I can't see it, then it's going to cost you points. And my eyes, need reading glasses, so make it big. If you want, you can also place it on a PowerPoint slide. You could take a picture of it, put it on a PowerPoint slide, and then submit that PowerPoint slide. But I just need to make sure that it's big enough that I can read it. And down here it describes it. I know you can't see the whole thing, but take a picture of the completed chart, glued or taped to it, with the cards glued or taped to it, submit it to Blackboard. Again, it's a separate assignment link, and again, make sure I can read it. Then what you're going to do is if you go to the lab folder for this lab 11, you'll see there's a PowerPoint presentation. It has pictures of the 8 phylum. There's pictures of 8 different animals, and what you have to do is you have to figure out what each specimen is. So you'll see specimen A, you have to figure out which phyla it is and write it in or type it in. Do the same thing. Okay, so there's 8 pictures there. You look at the PowerPoint, open the PowerPoint, and then you can type your answers here. So there's only 1-to-1. It's a matching exercise. There's only 1 of each phyla there. So you'll do that. And then you're briefly going to look at what a food chain is, and this is to get you into thinking about your biome. There's a video that you can watch on the food chain that's pretty good, that looks at a food chain and looks at identifying the different levels, the different trophic levels, and giving those trophic levels names. Now, the whole purpose of this lab, part of it was just to give you an overview, but the other part was to get you to start thinking about the animals that you're going to pick for your biome. So what I want you to do is look up your biome and then pick 2 animals that you will focus on for your project, your 2 animals. You don't have to write everything about them down, but I want you specifically focused on, in this one, what special features or what characteristics of their anatomy and or their physiology allow them to survive or thrive in that biome. Okay, so we'll look at your 2 animals, and then again I'll be looking for characteristics that allows them to survive in your biome. And then the next thing I want you to do, again just to get into the biome mode, is to apply the food chain. So look up a food chain that exists in your biome. And again, your very specific biome. So if you're doing a desert, which desert are you doing? And then take the biome and do 3 levels, okay? Which means you need 3 organisms, one that eats the other one, and then another one that eats that one. If you can get more than 3, that's great, but I'll be looking for 3 levels, okay? All right, if you have any questions on this, let me know. After this lab, there's only one more, and then actually putting your biome together.